evening, everyone, and welcome to the Midnight Ride with Gray Man Prepping. I hope you're all doing good tonight. Let me go to here, and I forgot to clean it up with the extra light there. How's everybody doing? Let's go over to the comments here and say hello to everybody. And I go back up to the top. And I think everybody's seen the poll there, and we'll address the poll here in a little bit because there's more. Anyway, so first one in was Chef Tech. I'm good with the current time. Here's Mark. Super Scout came in and said, I have to get to bed in 45. Oh, this was at 7 o'clock. I have to get to bed in 45 minutes, go to work an hour earlier. I could watch most of the ride. Okay. Anyways, here's one that is okay. So Phelan is over with MD and the rest of the crew. His laptop's at home. He can't log in, but he votes for an hour earlier. And a bunch of the member emojis there.
I voted for I don't care, keep it where it is, but you can move it back. That was I think I'm the only vote that voted for keep it.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
There are several. Tammy Harder says I'm flexible either way. I'm not sure if she voted or not. I think she did. Walt Rogers has been a member for 35 months. And let's see who else came in here. Diana came in next. Crew threw up their thing. They've been a member for 6 months since they switched levels. And let's see, Diana said that Cold War Preppers in the house saying howdy from Central Texas. Did I miss Geeky Gardens there? Or is he coming up? Oh, Prepared For It's here. Geeky Gardens here. Kaylin Strain is here. Happy Mac is here. Okay, so going over to the poll here, let's see what it says here right now. It says, okay, there's been 9 votes. It looks like, so of the ones that actually voted on the polls, 3 were for leaving it at 2 o'clock, 6 were for moving it ahead. Phelan Klein Wolf couldn't vote because he's over at the cruise thing, but he said he would have voted, so that would made it a little bit more for it.
Oh, you can pop mine off and swap mine because I voted for keep it.
Yeah. So. Well, here comes the thing. Over on the channel itself, there are 7 votes. 100% of them are for starting earlier at 9 o'clock.
Oh, there you go.
So it looks like the vast majority are of the votes are for moving it up. That way, if we run long, you don't have to worry about, I gotta get to bed.
Yeah, I do have that problem.
And you weren't the only one complaining about that. So go take that down, move that over there. And here's one of the reasons why. Tonight we have 53 news articles. Some of them, I eliminated some just because they weren't that gripping and important, I thought. And I still have 53 on there. So let's jump into this thing with one that I know it's going to tick everybody off here, not against this, about it. Child sex social media stings net 5 in the San Francisco Bay Area.
Good.
Yes.
Not near enough, but it's a start.
Exactly. Epic Newsroom puts out, Feds issue a nationwide water systems warning. A federal cybersecurity agency warned that water systems throughout the United States on July 30th had an increase of threats to water and water systems. These are the ones that haven't done what they were told to do.
Yeah, get off the internet.
Yeah, or get off the open internet. Keep it totally on an intranet or a locally managed system that is isolated from the outside world, where they can't do crap, hack into it. And Jack says he can't vote on it and it won't show the whole thing. He'll go either way. Yeah. Okay. Cool. And Kaden says no Iowa water system was hit so far, and most of California's were not hit. None of Idaho's were hit. So yeah. All right. So get rid of those two there off the that. Here it comes, and as California does certain things, it trickles down to all the other blue states. California to raise the minimum wage again. Learn that when they raise wages, people get unemployed because the companies can't afford to keep that many people on. It's not like, we're raising the wage, so more people are going to buy more stuff to pay for it. No, they're not.
No.
It's just, common sense is totally lacking with the left. I did not get a chance to read much on it. Marine fighter jet crashes at San Diego base. That was back on the 31st. I didn't see anything else about it. Emergency crews on site. The site is the cause is under investigation. Pilot status unknown. All right. So this, and it doesn't. Oh, it was an F-35. Ooh, an F-35 crash. Systems failure because it corrects stupidity by the pilot. Okay, this was supposed to occur last night, but this came out on August 1st. A Drift SpaceX rocket set to crash into the moon at 5,400 miles per hour on Wednesday night. Did anybody look out the moon with their telescopes to see if they could see it crash? I know I didn't.
That's right. It just looped over and landed in the Indian Ocean. Now they're spending millions to drag that sorry carcass back to Australia.
Yeah. I love this headline. It's true. California has the worst drivers.
Yeah, second to Massachusetts.
Study IDs California cities with bad drivers. San Francisco Bay Area, all the cities in the San Francisco Bay Area, all of the cities in the Sacramento area, all the cities in the Los Angeles area, all the cities in the San Diego area. Yeah. I've driven in all of them, and they're all insane. The only place you're safe at is up by Truckee, which, if you don't know, is as you crossing Donner Pass.
Yeah, if you're from Massachusetts, you're called a masshole. That's why.
Yeah,
all drivers are like that.
California farmers cut down 420,000 peach trees after Del Monte shut down. Let me look in that a little bit more. So it looks like, come on, open it up here.
Oh, they shut it down, or they just moved it overseas?
That's what I'm going to go find. Okay, California are preparing to destroy an estimated 420,000 peach trees after the collapse of major fruit processor left growers across the Central Valley without buyers for tens of thousands of tons of fruit. Closure of Del Monte Foods canneries in Modesto and Houston, no T in there, in April devastated many multi-generational farms that relied on the company for decades. Many growers abruptly lost 20-year contracts tied to Clingstone peaches, leaving some farmers facing an estimated $550 million loss in revenue. Federal officials have since approved a $9 million emergency aid to help California farmers remove roughly 3,000 acres of peach orchards before the upcoming harvest seasons.
That's great. What are they going to do? Farmers are going to sell the land to the data centers. Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, it's however, it looks like they're lawmakers, including Senator Adam Schiff, warned the fail as long-term damage to California's agriculture and economy. I haven't seen they didn't put it in here, but there are. Oh, Sacramento Bee says as much as 50 tons of peaches could be left to rot. There are lawyers already queuing up for a class action suit against Del Monte for breach of contract on every one of those contracts.
It's all right. They'll claim Chapter 13 and call it a day, or Chapter 11, or Chapter whatever book they're using.
13 is the one where they get to get rid of it totally. 11 means they still got to pay it out, but they got to reorganize to do that.
Yeah. We'll give you 10 cents on $1 million.
Yeah. All right, so let's get rid of that one there. So yeah, I mean that sucks. My wife's family before about the time she joined the Army, they sold their orchards and they used to sell to Del Monte dehydrated apricots for the bags of Del Monte dehydrated apricots.
Hey, it's not just the food. It's not just the peaches or the apricots. Now, think about it. They pack them in sugar water, so there's sugar.
Yep.
They use metal cans, so there goes that business. You're not going to be able to buy metal cans now.
It's going to be a domino effect.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and in the stores, guess what? The peaches grown in China are going to step in big time.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
Oh, it's packaged in the United States or sold, whatever.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. Measles cases double in California amid worst national outbreak in 35 years. 35 years, and they have a couple more, one or two more cases than they did 35 years ago. So it's worse than 35 years ago.
Yeah.
And there was a big push last year to get more people vaccinated. And guess what? Most of those that are coming down with the measles have had the jibbity jab.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. All right. This has been all over the news. I don't know if everybody's heard about the In-N-Out shooting in Twin Falls.
Yep.
Shoot, where did I put it? Hang on. I got something else to show on this. If it's here still. Dang it. It's not there on that one. Oh, nope. That's fires. All right, I'm going to jump to this one instead since I got it here. All the fires around Seattle and stuff, they arrested somebody who admitted to it. Patty Hicks, the tinker's wife, posted, thank God he's in custody. He was a man of violence according to his past record as well. We had the 61-year-old man from Ontario, Oregon, lit several fires down there. That became one of our biggest fires. It was terrifying how many had to flee and the sheer number of livestock had to be rescued.
Didn't they search his apartment and found like all the maps and stuff of all?
Oh yeah, this is the next part. This is the next part here. They took the man into custody, started the fires that destroyed so much. This was by someone commenting on his thing, Kirk Willis. I've seen him commenting on Patty's stuff all the time. So he's a constant guy there. This was shared on the news today. Breaking, according to court documents released by investigators, Aaron Farnacci, Farinacci, get his butt out there. The arson suspect in the Old Trails fire confessed to detectives. He was able to collaborate 4 fires: the Aubrey White fire, the Estrine fire, the Copper River Apartments fire, and the Indian Bluff fire. Documents say he planned to start the fire 2 weeks in advance. He's also responsible for 25 other fires that were started near his apartment. He also factored in weather into this decision to start the fire. The winds were horrible that day. We were under fire alert. He studied a previous arsonist. And this butthead had to put out his manifesto, and it says, fire is powerful, beautiful, and the things that goes through the fire experience, a kind of rebirth.
Okay.
Yeah, the guy is off his deep end. Shoot, I can't find it here. Hang on. Let me look something else here. Let me get rid of that one. There we go. Did I save it on here? Nope, I didn't save it on that one. So let's get back to Patch. Anyways, for the in and out master, we talked about that guy. Yeah. Reporter got the guy that distracted him. So distracted him.
The good guy with a sidearm. Yeah.
With the boonie hat and the FN 57 with the suppressor on it.
Yep.
They still haven't said if they found any wounds on the guy. As much as this guy shoots and trains, I wouldn't doubt if there were 2 or 3 holes in this guy, and that's why he put the gun into his. Yeah. Anyways, this guy that the hero that stepped up, he started training in 21 because there was another shooter out there that was targeting people in wheelchairs and their attendants. He is the full-time medical caregiver for his brother who is wheelchair bound and bed bound, but he picks him out of bed, puts him in the wheelchair, and takes him everywhere. But yeah, so this guy trained for that. And the thing is, the bad guy walked up to a Tesla that was plugged in charging and killed the 3 people inside, or shot the 3 people inside. I don't know if they all died or not, but at least one of them did. Anyways, yeah, idiot. But there was this guy stepped up first and did most of the deterring, and then an off-duty cop stepped up and came running around the corner and started defending people too. Okay. All right, there's something out here. Next one here. There's something out there called Smart 911. It's a reverse dial. And so Polk, Dallas counties adopted it for the emergency alert system in Iowa. Basically, if there's a flood alert, it calls all the numbers that are listed for that area and gives them all a blast warning of whatever's going on. Tornado warning, flood warning, wildfire warning, the active shooter warning. So that puts it out there all the time. Yeah. Iowa's getting more onto that smart reverse 911 system.
It's basically an emergency alert system.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't read into this one here. Here's what the headline reads: Injunction on Iowa vape registry law lifted. Attorney General Byrd says win for kids. Doesn't sound like a win for kids to me. Yeah. So let's go in and see what's going on at Yeah, a law prohibiting the sale of a law prohibiting the sale of unapproved vape devices is no longer on hold. Oh, hang on. Oh, scratch that. It is okay. The law is no longer on hold. It was an injunction was placed on it whenever, and it was 2 years ago. An injunction was placed against it by the vaping industry, and that hold was lifted on the 31st. It'll restrict the sale of electronic. Yeah, okay, so it is a win for kids. It restricts and puts all these ones on. Say nope, you can't sell these. So that was good. Okay, just the way they did it, what sounded totally wrong. They forgot to put in on it. So, anyways, so let's go back here. All right. The East Iowa buildings evacuated last year collapsed Friday night, and let's see what that was. I think that's the Muscatine, Iowa. 2 buildings evacuated in Muscatine last year collapsed late Friday during heavy rainfall. Yeah, they're not that big of buildings from the picture. They're like 3-story buildings. So, anyways, yeah. So yeah, good thing they evacuated it and kept everybody out of it. That could have been ugly. Is turning to a never before used court to try to deport a woman accused of pledging loyalty to the Islam State. And Kaylin sent me this one. Okay, I think I dug into this before because I didn't know if I wanted to share it or not. But anyways, yes. Okay, so the lawmakers created the Alien Terrorist Removal Court in 1996 under Bill Clinton, but had never been used by the Justice Department until this week. Whoever Seamus Hughes is, he said, I think the Justice Department picked the strongest possible cases at first trial balloon. Yeah. Oh, so Seamus Hughes is the counterterrorism researcher at the University of Nebraska, Omaha. So yeah, so they're trying to get rid of this Nazariah Haji Zada. She's a 47-year-old woman from Afghanistan, now a legal permanent resident in the U.S., based in Texas. Last year, authorities obtained convictions against her son-in-law for plotting an attack on the 2024 elections. But rather than charge her with a crime, the Justice Department turned to the Alien Terrorist Removal Court. DOJ lawyers say she worked to radicalize her entire family to the Islam State terror group. Yeah. So they're trying to get rid of, not just convict you, just, sorry, you're no longer a citizen. Boom. You have no, you're out. Okay. Let's see what we got here. It's happened again with the eye drops. Nearly 12 million bottles of popular eye drops recalled. And which ones is it? Got to go into the come on, sold nationwide. ROHTO And I can't, and a long name for the second word of the company, voluntary recalled 11,960,623 cartons of Roto cooling eye drops. Yeah. Products and there are 8 products under this manufacturer, including all-in-one, max strength, optic glow, Digi-Eye, dry aid, and cool relief. Yeah. So if you got any of those type eye drops, yeah, check this the recall on them. All right. Health Ethics Committee released a report detailing the findings of an investigation into Representative Chuck Edwards of North Carolina, concluding there is substantial reason to believe he violated the House ethics thing on sexual harassment. I'm not sure if I have it later on here. I'll just skip over if I do, but he has resigned, and the governor's picking somebody to replace him.
Imagine that.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how to react to this one. I kind of want to laugh. I kind of want to go. And all right, a letter from Morocco's King Mohammed the Fourth, or is it sixth? The sixth has confirmed that the country has named a major highway after President Trump because of all the good things he's done for the world.
What country is this?
Morocco.
Yeah. Wait, isn't that the same bunch of people that just like invaded Spain on their little peninsula thing they own?
Oh, they didn't invade. Illegal aliens passing through Morocco, like passing through Mexico, invaded Spain.
Oh, okay. And it wasn't the mainland Spain; it's that little peninsula that they still own on the other side of the Med.
Yeah. Okay. Kamala Harris teases adding 2 states to the U.S. and expanding the Supreme Court as she mulls over another White House run. Oh my God, the woman is so stupid.
Yeah. Of course, I had Puerto Rico and Washington, D.C.
No. D.C. can never be a state. Flat out.
We know that, but she wants to add them.
It's Puerto Rico, and I thought it was Pacific Islands.
What, like Guam?
Guam, Midway, and stuff, clumping them all together. Exactly, because some stores will not remove them from the shelves. I wonder how many of my neighbors are not sex offenders.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Virgin Islands. Yeah, there's been talk about the Virgin Islands too. So that's what crazy Kamala is doing. Crazy Camel Toe Harris wants to do. I know what some women are offended by that, but hey, it fits her brain power. All right. Toxic pollution closes East Bay schools week before classes start. I think that was
what did Newsom flush his toilet?
Yeah. Richmond, California. It sits on the San Francisco Bay. Was the home to 7 refineries at one point. Yeah. A Richmond high school was temporarily closed Monday, weeks before the start of the new school year, after a toxic chemical was found underneath the site. Duh! That's a new one that was being built. The West Contra Costa Unified School District said testing under the Kennedy High School campus found tetrachloroethane, a non-flammable colorless chemical considered likely to be carcinogenic to humans by all routes of exposure. Basically, brake clean type stuff.
Yeah.
My uncle used to get that. He got that he worked at Shell in Martinez. He would get a couple of cans there that were dented, bring it home, took one over to my grandmother's, one at his house, and go get a bag of cotton balls, go for a hole, pick it up, wet a couple of the cotton balls, toss them down the gopher hole. No more gophers. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, that is some nasty stuff. So now, since it's under the high school, guess what they got to do? They have to tear the entire high school down, and they're going to get it designated as a Superfund site and bring
it'll never get fixed.
Oh no! Oh, it will. There'll be bids going out, and in a year they'll start digging it up and processing the soil through one of three processes. The most expensive one is running it through a high temperature kiln to burn everything off, and the soil that comes out is sterile
and worthless.
Yeah. Longest serving U.S. Congresswoman, Ohio Democrat Marcy Kapler, hospitalized after car crash.
Huh.
And they were very vague on details.
Of course.
Gunfire. Oh, I have added details that they don't have on this one. Gunfire triggers evacuation of the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Visitors were evacuated from the popular boardwalk after several shots were heard in a nearby parking lot. And of course, since that someone triggered it's a terrorist thing, and of course, federal agencies rolled on that. One of them, I know one of the investigators from the one. And whenever he has something he's dying to laugh about, he calls me up, talks to me. Do you know what the gunshots were?
Car backfiring.
Nope.
Firecrackers.
Firecrackers. They found the firecrackers. Of course, the police couldn't find them walking through the parking lot. He said they got there the same time as the Phoebes got out, and they spotted it from half the parking lot, walked over, picked it up, still fresh. Yeah. Mitchellville, Iowa, mayor asked to resign by city council. Ooh. Kaylin typed in here on another case of a CIGU official shirking his duties and screwing people over. Yeah. So yeah, he was doing all sorts of shenanigans. They said, "No, get out of here." Can an HOA take your home? Can an HOA take your home while more homeowners are facing foreclosure fights with HOAs? It depends on the state too on this.
Right.
Yeah. One is a San Diego lady refused to take down her American flag, and they tried doing it by throwing fines at her. And Georgia, cases in Georgia, Ohio, Maryland, North Carolina, have heightened the broad powers of many associations possessed to place liens on homes and in some states pursue foreclosure over relatively small debts. Some counties have totally yanked the rug out from HOA, saying, no, you don't have that authority. And the counties have sued the HOAs to disband them, and they cannot reform. So yeah. So what if you have you feel is a bad HOA, go to the governing body above them and try to get them. Yep. Reflecting pool reversal brings scrutiny on cases. Pyro's job security. Oh, I think it's vandalism here. U.S. Attorney General Jenny Pyro's decision to drop cases against people suspected of damaging the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool has opened a new line of scrutiny around potential legal ramifications as lawyers questioned what federal prosecutors knew when and suggests civil rights or defamatory suits may follow. Yeah. What used to be a supporter of Trump is now a target of the president's frustration over what he sees as letting people get away with it and vandalizing an iconic landmark in the nation's capital. Anyways, yeah, so they're dropping prosecution of idiots. New York just got B-slapped across its legislative face. New York ice mask ban blocked by federal judge, and just blatantly said, sorry, you don't have the authority to tell federal agents what to do. Microsoft warns Russian hackers targeting hotel Wi-Fi. Like that's something new. Yeah, so if you go to a hotel, don't use Wi-Fi. If they some rooms have secure Ethernet port you can plug your laptop into. Ask for one of those rooms if you're traveling. Governor Reynolds requests presidential disaster declaration in response to the early June flooding for 4 counties. And she's going through the right steps to do it. Iowa Central Community College offering first in the nation workforce Pell Grants for EMT training course. Yes, get more people EMT trained. The ones that are out there are severely overworked. This one pisses me off too. Prosecutors state Washington's woman's relatives sold her home and stole more than $1 million from her. Yeah, using, oh, we'll take care of it. Here, give us power of attorney. U.S. Department of Transportation says second wave of Operation Highway Shield took another 800 unqualified truckers off Midwest roads. Yeah, and I hope they double check to find out if any of them were undocumented illegal buttheads, and turn them over to ICE. All right, Secretary of War Pete Hegseth refutes CNN report that featured an unnamed sources saying the U.S. military stockpiles of key missile interceptors had fallen dangerously shy of what the number we should have in stock. I'm sorry, but unnamed sources sound like disgruntled people, because there's never been any mention of some of these missiles and the things that they were saying were being used. So how come all of a sudden they disappeared and aren't being used? July, not June. Okay. It must have been, sorry, Kayla, I didn't catch that. July, not June. I'm not sure which one that was on, but yeah. New development of Cyclospora salmonella outbreaks. Changes could be coming after the nation's largest food distributor stopped buying iceberg lettuce from a major thing. So that was Cisco Systems. Hang on. Yes, Cisco Systems stopped buying their food from, stopped buying all types of lettuce from Taylor Farms. And especially for farms in Mexico or California. So that's going to put a damper on a lot of people's salads. Woman captured in Mexico after 33 days on the run confesses to fatally stabbing her fire captain wife. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Oh, sorry. This one here is a repeat of from that said that Representative Chuck Edwards was resigning and withdrawing from election. Conservative Christian group wins property tax exemption case in Bondurant. It was let's get in here. Oh, this was something else. Another one popped up because it had multiples on here. So evidently, a couple days ago on X, either on X or on one of the social media platforms, not YouTube, not Facebook, he was this Perez Hilton, that's not his real name, appeared to harm himself on the live stream. His audience called police, and the moderator over it waited way too long as blood spurted and things were bad. That was that one. Let's see. Okay, this one's not showing me what was supposed to be there as the which one was I looking at? Oh, conservative. This is the one that has several articles going down on it and going down and trying to find it. It's not jumping straight to it like it should have. Trying to find out. That's why I didn't. Yeah, it's not showing. The link doesn't go to the proper one. Yeah. All right, so we'll just skip that one. All right. Oh, Libertarian candidate Marco Battaglia has dropped out of the race for Iowa's 3rd congressional district due to medical emergency. The Libertarian Party of Iowa will hold a convention on August 9th to pick another candidate to replace him. Those that have any libertarian ties. A judge has granted the Justice Department's bid to drop a landmark case against leaders of the Oath Keepers as former prosecutors warn about the dangers of former prosecutors from the Biden administration warn about the dangers of denying the violence of January 6th. Yeah. They're still those lefties are still saying it was the right doing the violence when it was all the ones, the Antifa and other ones that they brought in to pretend to be the ones, anyways, yeah, that's an old story. All right, let's see what else we got here. Anger mounts. Feds tell border wall contractors to stop drilling for water in New Mexico. The contractor has been drilling for water rather than hauling it in and tapping into the aquifer for the residents of the area. Yeah. Oh, lost him. Yeah. And he's coming back. Are you there, Mark? He's probably having problems. So yeah, the contractor is violating their agreement, and the feds in charge of the border wall construction saying, "No, you stop drilling." Iowa Utilities Commission adopts new rules for large-scale projects, i.e., data centers. And what was it? Let's see here. This is did
you get that data center meme I sent you?
Yeah. So Iowa Utilities Commission has adopted new rules about large projects. The ICU says the new rules are meant to reduce the effect of large-scale projects on public and surrounding environment. The rules include prohibiting construction of transmission structures that require guy wires attached to something else to the ground for support, on pasture and croplands unless the owner approves the structure unless the landowner approves of the structure's construction. I guess they've been, putting stuff in. So we got a right to put it out here. Requires large-scale transmission projects to operate within noise limit of 50 decibels for at least 50% of an hour measuring period taking at the edge of the total combined right-of-way. Require electric field strength to be limited to no more than 6,000 watts per meter when measured at 1 meter above the ground within the right-of-way. So, because several of the data centers, the noise levels are off. I mean, the one was like a half mile away, and he had over 55 decibels on his meter. He was reading at over half a mile away. And you can see all the houses and neighborhoods between him and that. So yeah, so this is a good step forward to making sure that they. Oh, he's out again. Iowa governor candidates, multiple ones, propose state data center regulation. Well, they may propose state-centered regulation, but it depends on what sort of regulation they're doing. I wouldn't doubt that a couple of them, the regulation is, they have free hand to do what they need to do. There's bound to be one of those in the mix. And there'll be those that say, oh, hell no, not in our state.
Now they're all trying to say that, but they're bringing jobs. No, they're not. They're bringing temporary construction jobs.
And most of those are out of state.
Right, and the jobs for the people who work there, they're moving them in because they already hired them.
Yeah.
That's BS.
Yeah. All right, next one. CDC adds Iowa to the lettuce poop outbreak list. So, yeah. West Des Moines to consider tool to speed emergency response. And that tool is, come on. I hate it when they do this and you got to go way down in it to find what it is they're talking about. Oh, okay. So they're putting what's called Knox boxes for all multiple residence properties. A Knox box has the master keys in it, and it has a special key that the fire department and the building manager only have the key for. So they can come up, open that up, pull out the master ring, and it has the key, the apartment number stamped on the key ring, and they go straight to the apartment, unlock it, and go in. Rather than breaking out their, I just lost it. It's the tool, the firefighting tool that has the pry bar on one end, the big door wedge on it, and a spike to rip into the door. Halligan tool. All right. Here's the headline. Airline will charge passengers to use overhead compartments for bags.
Why not?
Hang on. This is not a U.S. airline. Let me get in here. But it's a start, and so you know what it's going to do. New Zealand. Yeah, so budget Austrian airline Jetstar. So days of cramming your bag into an overhead bin already full of your seatmate suitcases are coming to an end. The carrier will charge passengers for stowing bags in the overhead compartments beginning February 2027. There was a U.S. airline that was doing that, and they went out of business because some political person knew they were going out of bought and sold. Yeah, it was a whole rigmarole there with her name. DOJ targets former Antioch mayor. He claims Trump politics behind the attacks. No, the citizens of Antioch and Contra Costa County are behind this, Mr. Former Mayor, because of all the crap you used to do. He was lucky he wasn't arrested years ago by this county sheriff. By Tuesday, fire officials in Spokane County say they've tracked 26 drones crossing into the restricted space operations to divert. I don't know, was I frozen?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, so Tuesday, fire officials in Spokane County say they tracked 26 drones crossing into the restricted airspace above the active firefighter operation since Saturday. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 4 days. They've tracked 26 drones. Since Saturday to today, when I saw an update on this, it's 40 drones. They have like 15 of them identified, the owners identified, and the district attorneys are pushing forward for $100,000 fines against each owner because
we're talking a little hobby drones. What, to go take pictures?
Yes, because they fly up in the area and planes spot them and have to divert and everything else. And once the drones are up there, all the planes get grounded because these stupid drones are flying above the fire operations area.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, they need to, what they need to do is mount some nets on the front of those planes. Oh, there it is. We got it. Wrap it up in net and let it crash. The drone, that is. This is a repeat of the missiles and stuff that are supposedly missing. That Pete Hegseth says no. We have an accounting for them. All right, the White House released newly declassified FBI memos that show that the Bureau opened a 2017 counterintelligence investigation into whether President Trump's firing of James Comey was connected to Russia. No, the money he was getting beforehand from the Clintons and others was Russian connected.
Mm-hmm.
And so they found out that these were far left wingnut agents who went rogue on their own and started setting this up to try to do it. And now they're all going to.
Yeah, and after the whole thing was.
Yeah. Now those that are being named in this report are all going to go to jail because they don't have people. They're not value enough for people to try to protect them. Deadly drug-resistant fungus spreads in California. The often drug-resistant fungus is spreading in healthcare facilities with deadly consequences. 99% of the time it's identified, it's in a healthcare facility, whether it's a hospital, long-term care, or something like that. And since it's drug resistant to everything. Trump signs orders on birthright citizenship, tourism, and basically I think he's taking most of it off the table. Trump signed a new executive orders on Thursday, today, aiming to restrict birthright citizens and ban birth tourism. Speaking from the law, he said the 14th Amendment, which grants citizenship to anyone born in the U.S., applies to children of slaves, and he considers that notion outdated. Orders of birthright citizen involving children of foreign diplomatic staff, the children people classified as alien enemies, and children born in U.S. territories. Additionally, it bans citizenship for children born to mothers who enter the U.S. solely to give birth.
Wait, didn't the Supreme Court just shoot that whole thing down though?
Because it was a more broader one. He's narrowing it down, and he's hitting specific groups in it, and so additionally, there's a separate order for banning citizenship for children born to mothers who enter the U.S. solely to give birth. Because I think they're trying to get a law passed that those that enter that solely to give birth making that a criminal offense as well, which would deny birthright citizenship to the children anyways. They have no business being citizens just because their parents snuck across the border breaking the law.
No, they come in, they have babies in these little birthing centers in Florida. They get a birth certificate. Then they take the kid home, raise him over there. But then, he's still a citizen, so he gets all the benefits of being an American citizen, or she, or whatever.
Governor Reynolds of Iowa permitting council announces streamlined agreement.
Data center.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The state of Iowa is coordinating with the Federal Permitting Council to streamline federal and state permitting. Let's dig into that one for a second here. Okay. The new agreement, Iowa commits to opt into the FAST-41 process. The agreement requires state permitting actions to be added to the federal permitting dashboard along with federal permits. This allows for greater transparency and coordination between federal and state governments. This is the 8th federal state MOU signed, memorandum of
understanding
during the Trump administration. But that can be abused too. Left-wing California lawmakers push to end child marriage. They are working on a bill set to set the minimum marriage age at 18 with no exceptions. Right now, if both parents agree, both sets of parents agree to Jack and Jill getting married, and one or both of them is as young as 16.
16? Yeah.
I thought it was 16 now in California. Anyways, they can get married. However, it's been illegal for any minor to get married to an adult more than 3 or just 2 years. Anyway, so so someone that is either 18 or 19 can marry someone who's underage if all parents agree. Yeah, Louis, there are several states that are 14 with parental consent. Several states that are 15, several states that are 16, 17. They're trying to make it 18. There is a state that has it at 21. That's a little stupid. If they can vote at 18, join the military at 18, they should be able to get them married at 18. While the ACLU opposes the bill, advocates argue it's necessary to protect minors from forced marriages. Well, if they have the marriage, if they just make it so the marriages have to be performed in front of a judge, and the judge can interview both future husband and future wife separately, that can end a lot of that forced marriage stuff right there.
Yeah.
And Howie's in the house.
Okay. Howie.
Yeah, because there are times where teenage kids are teenage kids and they,
yeah,
and suddenly they have a kid on the way. But now, according to this law, they can't get married until they're 18, even though they're 17 or 16. Sorry. Anyways, yeah, I'm a little opinionated on that. I'm kind of, my opinionated on that is very technicolored. For this, you got to look at each individual type case. Is what my opinion is. Court orders Meta to pay $576 million for mental health harm to kids. Yep.
Yeah, they'll just stroke a check. They don't care.
Yeah. Spokane bootmaker steps in to help firefighters during wildfires. I did not get a chance to read this one. J.K. Boots, which sells boots made by hand in Spokane, Washington, announces that a recharge station at its headquarters offering firefighters hot food, coffee, water, and a place to recover.
Well,
this
good.
brand is donating 100% of its of profits from in-person online sales on yesterday, to the Innovona Foundation, Foundation Spokane Complex Wildfire Response Fund. It is also giving out 50 pairs of handmade boots to active firefighters. Yeah, and these handmade boots are good. So yeah, there's a local guy stepping up to help out. I didn't even know about this. I never get anything about this, but I'm going to mispronounce it. The Fuego volcano in Guatemala.
Fuego
volcano in Guatemala slows, but Lahar, I had to get the word right. Lahar risk remains. So if you're interested in volcanoes and stuff like that, check into that volcano down there in down there. Let me check one other thing here. Quick, what else I got open? That there. Okay, so let me go ahead and pull up this. I hope I got these all fixed here. Come on. There it goes. Nah. Come on. There it goes. All right. It's the comic time. No, it's the meme time. The City of Atlanta urban food forest at Browns Mill holds 2,500 edible plants across 7 acres, free to anyone. It's not a park, it's a meal. There you go, Howie. And Prepper Girl is in here. She says that means hot. Yeah. Once Mark said, I knew what it meant. But
fuego means fire in Spanish.
Yeah.
Or hot or whatever.
Yeah, it has multiple meanings. But yeah. Do not touch, basically.
Yeah. You're going to get burned.
Chelsea Clinton received $84 million from USAID.
Yeah.
George Soros received $260 million from USAID. Thousands of North Carolinas spent 2 winters ago living in tents while it snowed on them. They got $750.
Yeah, and that was a loan.
Yeah. The
Democrats, if you didn't pay it back, they took your property. Yeah.
Yeah. Democrats are perfectly fine with all this. This is so funny. Technology now exists for anyone who wants to live in a perfect socialism, to link their bank accounts together into one gigantic bank account from which any member can withdraw as they have need. This should completely settle forever the question of who genuinely wants socialism and who wants to keep what's theirs and take from others. Yeah, because I know several of the Democrat million and billionaires would set up a small account and put that in it and take all the money.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. Do you know that with one little wave of my hand, I can make every person in this crowd go wild with joy? I seriously doubt that. With one little wave of your hand, show me. Slap!
Yeah.
Oh, I tell you, I laughed so hard the grandkids came in and said, "What are you laughing at, Grandpa?"
Yeah, there you go.
This was Southern Bless Homestead. I just lost his name. Anyway, he posted it up there on his, and I stole it. I'm going to get ahead of this one. Fauci did not kill himself. And there's so much more stuff I found out about Fauci today. Woo! There are people with master's degrees. There are high school dropouts who saw straight through the media deception from day one. That's why being truly smart isn't measured by how many years you spent in college. There are plenty of educated fools out there. Real intelligence is being conscious of the world around you and knowing how to navigate it. Yep. All right. This was put up by the Donut Operator. He's one of the guys out there with Brandon Herrera and Nick, the Fat Electrician, do podcasts. This is about how one bad data entry in California turned a Range Rover test drive into a multi-day police stakeout thanks to the new flock cameras. Because then they swooped down on the guy. I think it was like 8 officers swooped down on him.
Yeah, I'm just test driving it. Yeah, that's me. I'll admit it. That's me. I'm the little boy behind the edge of the building that throws a rock at a bee's nest over a picnic. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, visual representation of what I do on Facebook. Yeah, I have several friends that this is a representation of what they do on Facebook, and occasionally they get put in Facebook jail for a couple weeks.
No, I did.
Then they switch to their other account. All right, so yeah, here's the gentleman here in the upper right. It was so funny. Let me zoom in on him a little bit more. Someone who critiqued the stance, good stance, twisted the body, bonus points for the special boonie hat and the suppressor. Yeah. Unfortunately, I know some people like this. Sophie, what are you doing in the kitchen for so long? I dropped an ice cube into the boiling water and now I can't find it. Like the one trying to use a can opener to open a can of Pillsbury biscuits. Oh, I brought this one up when Danny was in here. I was just laughing so hard. If you guys know, you know. The ending we all wanted. Buffy the Vampire Slayer shows up. I'm sorry, I'm a Buffy the Vampire Slayer from the first time the show came on. In fact, I'm asking for my birthday for my wife to buy me the entire Blu-ray, all the entire set.
I have no idea who that is.
I
have no idea who that is.
This guy here?
Yeah.
You know who he is. In Batman Begins, he was became Commissioner Gordon.
Oh, okay.
And he's been in a lot of stuff. You never see him with the beard, with the facial hair. Gary Oldman has been knighted and is now Sir Gary Oldman. If you know who he is, you know who he is. His movies are great. He has some very in-depth characters, usually a supporting role, and really makes most movies he's in. I've been guilty of this. when you're halfway through a book and come to a plot twist at 1 a.m. I don't need sleep. I need answers. The reason they had to destroy
hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin. Yeah.
Is that under federal law, you cannot issue an emergency use authorization for a vaccine if there is an existing therapeutic drug that has been approved for that.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, so the fun fact here about the dude up in the corner there in the white box. Back in California, back in the 70s, 80s, when they were testing the jibbity jab for the HIV.
Yeah, AZT.
And people were dying left and right. And he was the one pushing. No, it's safe. It's safe.
Yeah, AZT. Yeah.
Yeah, he was the one pushing for it. Yeah, he was known as Dr. Death since then. I didn't realize that until today. That it was that he was that it was the same dickhead. Pardon my language. Phil, this is so friggin' funny. If you know, you know. If you don't like your present, fine, give it to me. I'll wear the diamond earrings. So she gave him diamond earrings for a present. Absolutely. I know some relatives that have done that. This, all right, hang a second. Danny, bedtime.
And me?
And you. Go.
How about you brush my teeth?
Yes, just go. A man in Bosnia named, I'm not going to pronounce his name, built a fully rotating house so his wife could enjoy different views from their home whenever she wanted to. The house can rotate a full 360 degrees. Its speed can vary from a slow spin that takes a full day to make one turn all the way to a fast 22-second rotation. I'm sorry, 22-second rotation, man. You're going to be pinned to the wall almost. That's
when she couldn't afford to go to the carnival, so he spun it up a little bit.
My question is, looking at this and understanding how hydraulics work for stuff, I know how they can get the water up into the house. Getting the sewer out is going to be more problematic. The power is easy for contact strip, like model railroad track going around it and contacts on it, so they can get the power in there.
They probably had an outhouse. You just didn't know where it was when you got up in the middle of the night. You walk out the back door and go, all right, where the hell is it this time?
What I really love is they forgot to put the steps on there to spin with the house for that sliding glass door. Honey, watch out. This first step's a doozy. The steps are off to the side. This one, let me go up a little bit. Okay, so this is in up there with Tammy. Lake St. Clair motor stunt as a woman takes a 325 horsepower
Meyer
Sandy Horse jet ski for a spin.
Hey.
She's had it up to 70 miles an hour. Because I had to look all the stuff up for when the boys came in and spotted it. But yeah.
I want one.
Yeah, exactly. I hope you made plenty for all of us, Tammy. Ferocious came in too. What's that? I caught him eating rose petals by the handful. He was an illegal Mexican. Okay, yeah. Anyways, yeah. I mean, just the sign of that, pulling up to the dock, the people will be freaking out left and right.
I'd be laughing my ass off.
Yeah. Today's kids lug around a 40-ounce Stanley tumbler like they're on a trek through the desert. Meanwhile, most of us in here, survived on 3 sips from a germ-infested water fountain after recess and called it a day.
Yep.
And our water fountain wasn't as nice as this one that actually cooled it. It was a ceramic thing that had 3 spigots on it there. Then the line was 20 deep on it after recess. Okay, so MySpace is making a comeback. And so the owner of MySpace is bringing it back, complete with top 8 friends, customizable profile design, everything you used to be able to do before, and go through it. It shows your friends, not an algorithm.
It's probably owned by Meta.
The original owner got financing. They're bringing it back because everyone's tired of the algorithms. You want to see what's going on with your friends, you see what's going on with your friends, not what's going on with 4,000 other people that you don't even notice, and you're being suggested to like them or follow them. That's the one thing I hate about Facebook right now. I'm getting a ton of them. And I just go down, block profile.
Yeah, it's like blocking an incoming number that's spam coming through your computer. You can do that to your dead and never block them all.
It takes me about 4 days of doing that, and all of a sudden it gets the idea to stop recommending all these other ones, and I get about a month of very few recommendations, and then it starts up again. I go block, so stop showing me recommendations. I know who I want to be friends with. Anyways, yeah, so I'm waiting for that to come back up and launch again. I will open up a MySpace account. I have no way of knowing if my other one is still active or not in their archives, and I couldn't even remember the password for it. This I thought was so. I remember them talking about this during the '70s energy crisis. Richard Nixon skipped Air Force One and took regular United Airlines flights from Washington to L.A.
Yeah, that was good for a photo op. You know damn well the Secret Service was flying the plane. The plane was completely checked. Whatever.
Oh, the plane was checked and stuff, but yeah, there were 20 Secret Service agents on the plane with him. But still, it was a regularly scheduled commercial flight. But yeah, and he's the only. This is the only time a sitting U.S. president has ever flown commercially.
Well, that's because he didn't own his own 707 like Trump does.
Inconsiderate public urge to please think of the data centers before watering your lawns.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's like I know a few friends that have been talking. I used to work for construction companies, and some still work there and have the company work truck with the hydrant key in the back of the truck.
Oh, yeah.
Several hydrant keys have gone missing out of their trucks. Those that live near data centers. I'm not saying what they're going to do with those hydrant keys, which go down and shut off the main water valves in the street, like the valves outside of data centers. Oh, man. I could just imagine if one of them was stupid enough to do that, and they shut off all the valves going into the data center.
Oh, they probably got cameras everywhere on that. Flock
cameras. And they shut the valves off several blocks away. All of a sudden, that data center has no water, and I don't think they could shut down fast enough to keep equipment from burning up. All right, this is a slap to the great nuisance of California. Trump unleashes oil production on the West Coast with the Defense Production Act. signed the executive order enabling the Department of Energy to use the Defense Production Act to restart the Sable pipeline. The Secretary of Energy will issue the order today that results in immediate production of 50,000 barrels of oil per day, increasing offshore production in California by 550%. The pipeline will unleash 20 million barrels of oil equivalent per year to meet the urgent Department of War need to supply 50 military installations on the West Coast. The order preempts the radical California climate laws, ending California's coordinated regulatory attack on American energy dominance. Yeah. Yay! Eat that, Pelosi, Newsoms, and all the rest of you snowflake anyways. All right. So this is a map put up by CAL FIRE. CAL FIRE is recognized as the premier firefighting agency in the United States. They're the ones that developed the I just lost it. FireScope. And FireScope is the predecessor to California's Incident Command System. And after 9/11, the federal government took California's Incident Command System, changed the word California to national, and copied it verbatim. And it did not, nothing changed in it for 6 years after 9/11. And then they started updating it as they found out, okay, we need to tweak this for actual national stuff. But these are all the fires in the western states here. You see all those big dots. What you don't see are all the little dots, like down here in West Texas, all these little dots down here, hundreds of dots. Those are small 1 acre fires or up to like 5 acre fires, little ones. But as the bigger the fire gets, the bigger the icon gets. And some of these icons are friggin' huge and ridiculous. And they need to be changed back smaller and just color code them. But that's something they've been fighting over amongst themselves there for color coding, and put the color coding over here for how many acres a certain color is. But yeah, this is the fires going on. If you can see, I don't know if you can see my cursor moving there. Over here on the Idaho-Wyoming border, there's one with a red circle, orange circle, red circle, or all right there. That is the Heist fire. It's been going on now since Saturday. It is less than 5% contained. The country up there is mainly accessible by horseback, and that's it. And so the canyons up there are burning, and it's burning down the canyons to the communities. And they don't want a repeat of what's happened over in Seattle, where you got whole neighborhoods that were burnt to a toast, like Santa Rosa was 6 years ago. But yeah, so yeah, that there is probably the worst one in Idaho. It's not the largest, but it is the worst one. But yeah, so there's all through Oregon and Seattle, the fires are just absolutely friggin' insane. So if you are up in Canada, in Calgary, and up here, the smoke you're getting is from Oregon and Washington. If you're farther over, you're getting it is from Montana and Wyoming, and a little bit carrying from here. What I'm getting is from this one down here on Highway 86, and then from these down into Nevada and down into California. But yeah, this is anybody can look at the go to CAL FIRE, all capital letters, space between L and F, and look for their fire maps. I put this up here, but just because the fact that, yeah, both conservatives and liberals are out there taking out flock cameras. Different reasons why, but they're both taking out flock cameras. Okay, I've seen two different postings for this case. Gun Owners of America, they had a case in federal court, and the federal court just struck down the NFA registration for suppressors, short-barreled rifles, short-barreled shotguns. And both the GOA and the NRA are pushing to have to get the Congress to totally eliminate all the taxes imposed to suppress free use of firearms, and they're also pushing to have the courts rule that the National Firearms Act of 1934 as unconstitutional.
Good.
Yeah. Okay, everybody.
That's me.
Yeah. Junk. Something you keep for years and throw away 2 weeks before you need it.
Or 2 days. Yeah.
Or 2 days or whatever, yeah. This crap, I put that in the trash can. Oh, crap. They took it yesterday. Yep. Mommy? Oh, no, sorry. Why do we can so much, Mommy? Because the zombies are coming, dear. No, the zombies are already here in certain places like San Francisco, yep, Oakland, New York, Seattle, Portland. Anyways, yeah.
They should change the bottom. It says, because the food in the store is poison, dear.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I've seen that one.
I made my steering wheel every time I drive. I vibe up, and my car gets a love charge as well. I'm doing my entire car interior with crystals. Congratulations, you just turned your airbag into a Claymore.
Yep.
You need to go to bed. I'll talk to you in a little bit when we're done. Go. Yeah, so here it is. Yeah, it is. I did save the one on that guy. Full extension, square to the threat. It's not square to the threat. He's angled to the threat, but in a proper stance. Lowered his. He's squatting. His legs are squatted a little bit. Head on triangle. Bonus style points for the hat and suppressor. Liberal shocked as woman gets driver's license ID all on her own. Democrats are pushing for death certificates to be accepted as voter ID. A couple have actually slipped up and said that. Let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah. We are not trillions in debt. We are trillions in fraud. The debt is the part of the iceberg we see above the waterline. Below it, you have no bid contracts, kickbacks, crony deals, overpayments, special interest, government waste, which actually is another form of kickbacks and crony deals. Red tape, yeah, all this, endless regulations, lost billions. What? We don't know what happened to it. We don't have records of the money going out. Just a subtle reminder, nobody ever voted themselves out of communism. They can't control people who are self-dependent and know how to take care of themselves. This is why they don't teach you the basic skills of survival at school anymore. Well, there are some schools in deep red states and deep red counties where they actually have the Future Farmers of America and 4-H and the rodeo group all meeting in school on school grounds for their meetings and are encouraged by the school.
Yeah, there's a bunch of schools in Pennsylvania, in the high schools, that have agricultural classes. They have greenhouses. They have everything. It's great.
Must be a red county.
Of course it is. It's not. It's not Philly.
Yeah. Species Watch. Oh, this was from a far left news organization. Species Watch. Wild deer release millions of tons of methane a year.
Okay.
No, they don't. Yeah, I modified this one here. Earth is on track to become uninhabitable and cross a climate point of no return, scientists say. And I added, just like they've been paid to say for the past 50 years.
Yep.
Every time there's the ozone stuff is going away. We need millions to stop it, or billions to stop it. Oh, yeah. The oceans are heating. We need billions to stop it. The most awkward silence in the world right now. The unvaccinated were right.
Yep.
Silly colonists. Flock cameras are for your own good. No flocking way. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I sent you that one.
Yep. Socialism, Democrats, the Constitution. How can I keep people from pooping on the sidewalk? Have you tried outlawing straws? Like that works. And that's the end of that. And Sandra Vomar is here. Okay, so next week it won't.
Well, you got a meeting next week.
Next week's a city council meeting. But all other than city council meeting ones, and when I load this up I usually load this up a couple days ahead of time so you guys can see it. If you look at the description, the first line should say city council meeting tonight. That means it's going to start at I've scheduled it to start at 7:30 Mountain Time, which is 9:30 Eastern Time. But if the city council meeting gets out early, I'll rush home and start it early. All the rest of the times we're going to start now at 9 o'clock Eastern instead of 10 o'clock. So everybody's not so tired. And if we come across some good stuff to talk about, we have a little more time to talk about it with everybody going, leave me. Yeah. All right. So coming up tomorrow on Camp Patton Family Compound, the topic is what tractor / riding mower implements do you need? Saturday back here is after the moon's orbits change. What are your plans? Monday on Camp Patton Family Compound, Tammy's going to join us with a bunch of recipes for canning pie fillings. Next Tuesday is what is your dream specialty gear? And that brings us back to the 13th for a city council meeting, then the midnight ride. All right, everyone. Thanks for coming in. Let me see what the votes change here. 12 votes. And we're still at the 9 o'clock wins plus the at least 8 over on the other that voted all for it changing. So, yeah. So, all right, everyone. Take care, and we'll see you tomorrow on Camp Patton Family Compound. All right? Take care.
Have a good night.